Now, who could forget our next guest from the hit series Lost? Actor Matthew Fox starred as Dr. Jack Shepherd from 2004 to 2010. Now he's back on our screens in a new show, The Madison, on Paramount Plus. The latest from Yellowstone creator Taylor Sheridan. The Madison follows a wealthy New York City family as they find themselves in a remote town in Montana dealing with an unexpected loss. In this scene, Fox's character, Paul, is confronted by his brother Preston about his solitary lifestyle.
I make a memory a day, brother. Sometimes more.
But make them for who, huh? No kids? No wife? You got nobody to share it with, Paul.
I'm sharing it with you right now.
Once a year, you share it with me.
Then you should come more often.
At least get a girlfriend.
Not on your life.
How about a dog?
They're needier than girlfriends.
Oh, maybe a goldfish, then.
Maybe.
Oh.
You'd probably try to kill it with one of your giant hook streamers.
Matthew Fox, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
It's good to be here. Thank
That
you.
scene was powerful. You see the laughter's there, but there's so much more to that scene that will pull at your heartstrings. What was your reaction when you got that call from Taylor Sheridan and his crew about the Madison?
It was great. I mean, I really enjoyed the initial conversations with Taylor. He laid out what he wanted the series to do, what kind of themes were in it. Then he started talking about the role that he was thinking about me for, and I was really attracted to that. Paul, I have a lot of personal passions in my life that are similar to the way that Paul is living his life. I also grew up in northwestern Wyoming in a part of the Wind River Valley that is very similar to what the Madison River in that area looks like. And then Kurt. I mean,
Russell.
He told me that he was thinking about Kurt for Preston, was talking to Kurt about Preston, and Kurt and I had done a film together in 2014. We really enjoyed working together, and this was another opportunity to do that, but in this brothers dynamic, which I was very excited to do.
You had said you were done with Hollywood, but what changed your mind?
Yeah, I left for a while. It was just a time in our life where I wanted to sort of focus on family, and the kids were at ages where I felt it was important to re-engage with their lives. I missed some of that with all of the work of Lost and then some of the films that I did after that. For me, it's always about the material. And getting that call from Taylor and then reading the scripts, I felt compelled to do it. Sometimes you don't make a decision. Yeah, you don't make a decision. I mean, that's my approach to the material is usually I read a script and it's not a decision that gets made. It just feels like I should be the one to do this.
Yeah.
I feel like it's inevitable.
Right.
And it just goes from there.
So you mentioned that a lot of what shapes Paul has also shaped you. Fly fishing. Paul's a pilot.
Yes.
You are also a pilot.
Yes.
Did Taylor already have the bones of that character framed out and then thought of you, Matthew Fox, or did he say, how would you like to infuse a little bit of yourself in this character?
No. He had all that dialed in for Paul.
Really?
Yeah, Paul, a pilot and really passionate about fly fishing.
So that symmetry happened organically.
Yeah, I mean, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know the answer to that. That would be a question for Taylor, but it certainly worked for me.
So then when you are looking at a script and the writers have something in there, because that often happens, right? A writer who's from New York City or from Texas or something is writing about flying or fly fishing, and you go, that's not exactly how I'd say. Does that happen?
No, I mean, his Taylor, he writes beautifully.
Yeah.
And
gosh.
I mean, the
You're right. He writes almost everything.
Listen, the writing is great in every show, but in this one, it is fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's so nice to read his material. There's never any blue pages that come out,
What are blue?
Really?
I mean, well, that's when there are revisions.
Because he's that good.
He's that good.
Love it.
And you know what else is good? The show and where it's set. It's almost as if it's its own character.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my room and I'm watching it, and here's the big sky, the green grass, and it's
behind
just it's a world of its own, and I feel like I'm breathing in the air.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel the energy, the same place you guys are shooting at. How does it feel as an actor when you guys are there?
Well, it's the best case scenario because
It really
you
is.
have this as your backdrop. That's the world that the story is taking place in. You don't have to do anything else other than just exist in it and make sure that the things that are happening with your co-stars are that you're telling that part of the story. But in terms of the set, it's perfect. It's beautiful. I love that.
It does.
And you got Kurt Russell and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh,
yeah.
What can go wrong?
Oh, yeah.
You're right about that. Matthew Fox, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
We appreciate you for coming in.
Michelle Pfeiffer's latest projects alongside Kurt Russell and the new Taylor Sheridan. Look, you got Kurt Russell and Taylor Sheridan, you got Michelle Pfeiffer. Let's call that a hit. It's called The Madison. It premieres this Saturday on Paramount Plus. So Michelle Pfeiffer plays matriarch Stacy Clyburn, whose family experiences a terrible tragedy, but they find a fresh start in Montana's Madison River Valley.
Just say you want to go fishing with your brother.
I want to go fishing with my brother.
Wasn't so hard, was it?
Deceptively easy. Too easy.
But you have to pay the ferryman.
The ferryman. I knew there was a catch.
Oh, boy, is there.
Michelle Pfeiffer joins us first on CBS Mornings. We love when that happens. Good morning,
Morning.
to you.
Good morning.
Oscar nominee lady. It's so good to have you here.
Happy to be here.
You and Kurt Russell are so good together on screen. Didn't you guys think? I thought the chemistry
Yes,
was
chemistry's
off the charts between the two of you.
Well, thank you. You remember we worked together before. I think it was 38 years ago on Tequila Sunrise.
Yes, Tequila Sunrise.
I forgot
Yes.
about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So we had actually started, and we hadn't cast Preston. It was the last part to cast. It was hard. It was a hard one. Surprisingly, I mean, there just weren't a lot of people that felt right for it.
But the thing that got me, in addition to the storyline, is the majesty of the video.
Yeah.
The way it. Where did you guys shoot? I should know this. But
We were in Montana.
You were actually in Montana.
Big
What I
sky.
did-
Big
sky.
In Big
Yeah.
Sky.
Sky.
It was
They
so
don't-
beautiful. The music is so
Yeah.
beautiful. The scenery is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the storyline between the two of you. But I'm told that Helen Mirren had to convince you. I don't
No, she
understand.
didn't have to convince me. So Taylor said he was interested in talking to me about something.
Did
that-
you know Taylor before?
No,
Okay.
no. And so, but he said, but you have to come to Texas.
Okay.
So.
Is that bad?
No, it was fine, but I said, well, yeah, great, send me something. He said, no, I don't write. I want to cast this part first before I write it. I want to write it around the actress.
Oh.
So I said, okay. So I went, and it was a nice meeting, and we had a couple tequilas, and it was lovely. And I left, and for a couple of weeks, we went back and forth on whether or not I was going to get anything to read, and I realized I was going to lose that battle with him. So I thought I have to know. I called Helen and asked her about her experience.
Oh, yes,
I'm going
of
to
course.
Montana for a long time.
Of course, yeah.
So anyway, she said she couldn't. Glowing review.
Yes.
Great scripts, perfect scripts, beautiful production, really organized, and having the time of her life. So I said yes.
That's
I
encouraging.
said if it's good enough for Helen Mirren,
Yes.
It's good enough for you.
then it's definitely good enough for me.
Your character does not shy away from her emotions.
No, she doesn't.
She literally,
That's a good way to put it.
figuratively,
Yes.
like sits knee deep in the waters of her
Yeah.
emotions and tries to wade through them.
Yeah.
At one point, collapsing into the river. What was it like shooting those emotional scenes, but also sitting in a river that I assume is not
Warm.
warm water
In December
in December?
in Montana.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
Maybe it was November, but it was
Chilly,
definitely
to say the
cold. I know
least.
it was toward the end, and we kept saying, we really have to get this scene shot because it's going to be really cold. Well, I had on a wetsuit underneath.
Oh, no
all of
way. What a tidbit.
There was no way I
Yeah.
would have gotten hypothermia.
Hypothermia.
Yeah, hypothermia for sure.
It was that cold.
But connecting
It
with your
was
character's
really cold.
emotions in that moment.
Well, I was worried about that scene. When I get really worried about a scene, I try to get it cut. And I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
Really good arguments for it, but Taylor wasn't having it, and so that scene, I had to, you know, what I was afraid of, I knew it was going to be frigid, and I was afraid it would lock me up.
It did not.
But it didn't. Well, also working with Rebecca is, she just always opened my heart.
So it's fascinating to me to hear you say that you try to get a scene cut, because it's also equally fascinating. You're in some of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh, yeah?
The Age of Innocence.
The most iconic movies
Frankie
of all
and Johnny.
time.
We were having a contest for the best Michelle
What Lies
Pfeiffer
Beneath?
movies, What Lies Beneath, Fabulous Baker Boys.
Name your favorite Michelle Pfeiffer movie. Go.
In Grease
All of
too.
them.
Cool Rider, Cool Rider. I mean, that's like not even your first movie. It was Delta House. But how do you still get nervous after nearly 5 decades in the game?
Stand up on the chair and do it.
Cool Rider. Cool Rider.
Here we go, Vlad. Give it up for Vlad.
That was the dance, right? Like, that was it.
Cool.
There you go.
You got to get the hang.
You're right. You had the hang. And then you had the chicken legs.
Yeah, that was the Pat Birch thing.
Aren't you glad you came, Michelle? Yeah.
But you still get nervous every time you take
How is that possible?
I do. I for the first 10 years of my career, maybe 15 years, I would literally shake my first few days of shooting. I don't shake anymore, but I always, I always think the first week I'm going to be fired.
But you still love this. But I remember, I've followed your career a long time. I remember when Claudia Rose, your daughter, and we were just saying, and now Claudia Rose has a baby herself.
Yes.
So that would make you a grandmother, Michelle Pfeiffer.
grandmother.
You and David Kelly.
How
do you feel about this?
Such a cliche.
What do you
I am
mean?
so madly in love with this child.
Yes, I get it.
I just stare at her all day. I'm just.
Yes. And they don't even have to do anything.
My daughter said, "You want to steal her and take her home, don't you?" I said, "Yeah."
I love it.
We're excited about the Madison. Are you excited about it?
I am really excited.
And you're an executive
It's a big
producer.
deal.
I'm really
Yes.
proud of it.
Well
and,
done.
You know, it was, these unbelievably beautifully drawn, complex characters. The cast, the entire cast is so
good. So
I'll just say it was worth the trip to Texas. Taylor Sheridan knows what he's doing. Bravo,
It's out of the park.
congratulations. We are so excited to talk to our next guest. You already saw him in the green room. Award-winning actor Kurt Russell. He's celebrating more than, listen to this number, 60 years of stardom by heading to the ranch, and he still looks so good. Look at those baby
Need
blues.
you guys all the time.
Russell's
We are happy to
I
oblige.
need to wake up with you every day.
Russell is co-starring with the lovely Michelle Pfeiffer. She was just here yesterday in the new Paramount Plus series. It's called The Madison. It's by Taylor Sheridan, so you know it's good, the creator of Yellowstone. So Russell plays patriarch Preston Clyburn, I love that name, whose family faces a sudden tragedy. He ends up in the Madison River Valley. Help me, Nate.
River Valley of Montana.
There you go. In this clip, he learns a lesson while fishing with his brother, who's played by Matthew Fox.
And on a hopper.
I do this for a living, big brother. Well, sort of.
You should do it for a living.
Never make work of your passions.
Well, counterpoint to that is love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
You love what you do?
I don't even like what I do.
You should analyze that.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm glad you're doing something, because you damn sure ain't catching any trout.
Yes.
And how good is Matthew, huh?
I know. We were just talking about how great they are in this scene.
And how awesome Taylor Sheridan's writing
And
is.
how awesome the
We were
writing.
talking about
But I say,
Matthew,
Vlad,
too. Matthew was here last week, wasn't
That's
he?
he was here last week.
Good guy.
But I would say, Vlad, it doesn't matter if the writing's good if they can't deliver. And you, sir, deliver.
Yeah.
He really, this is really a very different show for Taylor, though. It really, that's
How
what I
so?
was so. Well, the way I look at it is, and it makes no sense at all, it's Taylor Sheridan's female gaze, which is a very different gaze,
Yeah.
I think, than most people who do female gaze. I just love the women in this. I love the men in it. When you read it, for me, it was so familiar somehow and relatable.
Familiar
that
to you.
Familiar to me.
How so?
I related to it. I long-term relationship, honestly in love.
Yes.
And I could barely get through like half the script, and I'd start to I gotta put this down for a second.
Yeah.
It was terrible. And I did it on every show. And it was but it was also crying through laughter.
Yes.
And I think he's just a masterful job, and everybody in the show is great. Michelle kills it.
Michelle, but you and Michelle, this is not your first rodeo together with Michelle.
Right.
What's it like all these years later to be back on screen with Michelle?
And Tequila Sunrise was a great film with the two of you. Yeah.
You know, it was 37 years ago or something. And, you know, I don't know. You work together. A lot of times you never see each other again. Sometimes you do. That's what's kind of fun about this business. You never know when you're going to. We haven't seen each other a lot. But when we were working, I don't know, just seemed like a long weekend. And there we were working
just
again.
picked it right back up.
Yeah, she just was. She's a good egg, man. She's just really easy to work with.
You know, your character is trying to navigate family dynamics along with, you know, his life in two places. But he says something that's powerful. You will have this much life as you allow yourself.
I like that too.
What did you make of that statement? Because oftentimes I'll hear a character say something and then I'll ask myself, what does the man who is acting feel about those words?
I won't say that it's actor proof, because I agree with you, Gayle. It's one thing to read it. First of all, a writer has to think it. Then he's got to have the ability to get it there. Then you got to have the ability to get it executed. I was really happy and talking with Taylor about it, he's really happy with what the execution was, from mind to writing to what you see. It's in the execution. But when it's there, a lot of times I think actors get credit for great writing. And a lot of times actors, because you never know, actors have fixed very poor writing or very mediocre writing. So it goes both ways.
Right.
And in this one, it's great writing and it's played very well.
And great acting.
And Christina Voros
and
Michael Friedman did a great job directing. I worked with Michael a lot to begin with. Then Christina was. They just. Boy, did they capture it. I mean, they're on their game.
So, Mr. Russell, you alluded to this love affair that you've had.
I'm still getting used to Mr. Russell.
Sorry.
Hey, bud.
Hey, you.
Hey, you.
But
I like how he said it, long-term and true.
Long-term and true. And you guys, you and Goldie have been together for 40 years. But I want to ask you about, and we talked about Wyatt and how awesome he's doing. But where were you?
Yes.
Your son Wyatt. Where were you when you found out that Kate Hudson, your daughter, had received her second Oscar nomination?
Wait a minute, what?
He was here with us.
Wait, what? I like it. I thought I was going to be on the road, so this is good. I get to go back to L.A. I guess I'm going to be
Are you
there
going to the Oscars?
So I know Katie was going to be her date. Ollie and Aaron were going to go. I don't know what, you know, I always sort of like I've lived a life of where do you want me to stand and what do you want me to say? It's like, but I'd love, obviously, it would be so great if she would win. I think she deserves it. I think she's an incredible
She was great in Song Blue.
She's just fantastic. It's so much fun to see her come to this full extent of her talent and ability at this time in her life. It's more than being proud of someone. It's being appreciative of how it's worked out and the fact that she's made that happen. She's got a hell of a singing voice. And
yes, she does.
She displays it here. He was great in it, too. I think that whole movie is just terrific. So we're going to have fun. We'll have a great night. Whatever happens, it'll be fun. And it's the only time I ever go to the Oscars, so I'm going to enjoy it.
But you are, as the kids say, booked and busy.
That's
You've got the show with your son Wyatt. You're working on this. They worked around your schedule to accommodate you. So clearly,
that was a hard one because we were in Australia, and when this came about, we were trying to figure out how if I could go back and forth, and that just wasn't going to work. So they did figure out what they would do is shoot 2 seasons, and I would shoot all my stuff that they hadn't shot of the first season before we started the second season. So Michelle and I, and it's pretty seamless, we worked in scenes together a year apart.
Yeah.
But because I kind of knew where Michelle was going, and it was easier for me because I had the monitor of what she'd done to look at, get the pacing of it, what she was doing, where she was going. She didn't. She wasn't even for sure. It was like she said, I had you in mind, but I didn't know for sure it was going to be you.
Yeah.
So she was working blind.
I love when you talk about seamless because that's how people see you and Goldie.
That's right.
100%.
It's fun.
You know, the great thing about Goldie is you never know what's going to come out of her mouth. You never know what to say. She's just one of the great human beings on the planet. She's just unique, totally unique. One of a kind.
Nobody like her.
And, you know, if you can't figure it out with Goldie, I think you probably can't figure it out.
Well, I put you in the same category. I've been a fan of yours since Elvis.
That's very nice.
And everything you've done,
He's got the hair, Vlad.
I told him he has the best
hair.
He's the definitive Elvis for me, who's portrayed Elvis.
And we do appreciate your humility, but you are a living legend. And we appreciate your contributions to the industry for decades. And you're at the top of your game right now.
That's nice, Nick.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
All right, Kurt Russell, thank you so much.